part Delhi, part cafe. Smoke House Deli is all cool. It's the most chilled out place in Hauz Khas Village, and it's definitely the most peaceful. You can see there's the fort, there's the greenery, and inside is Chef Shamsul, who's waiting for us to take us through the new healthy menu. So let's go. I am with Chef Wahid, who runs all the operations across all the smokehouse delis in the country. And so, Chef, smokehouse delis always had a very indulgent menu, you know, whether it's in your sandwiches or your pizzas or your desserts. So now, what's with the new health menu that you guys are doing?
No, this is like obviously going on trend. I mean, like the low and no cuisine is obviously picking up, and people are getting very health conscious. And at the same time, you find the options outside that are probably available. You know, if it's healthy, it'll probably not as tasty.
Yeah.
So we've designed a menu which is primarily, you know, all the superfoods put together, and obviously mostly local, and also like everything is like mostly gluten free or vegan, or you know, always moving towards the forward trend of
Okay. So can we get started with the risotto then?
For sure. Today we're gonna make a dish that is from our up and coming health menu. It is a take on a risotto, but we are using millets, which is our own desi superfood. And it's got a lot of health values because of the basic nature of millets, as they tend to be creamy. So the amount of butter and parmesan that is in the recipe is almost nil. So we're going to start. Heat up our pan. Some herb oil. Onion and garlic. We at Smoke House Deli always start our astringents, that is the onion and garlic is always in a little cold oil, so that we don't want that caramelly flavor that burns to the astringents of the garlic. Just like lightly saute them. For this recipe we are using the Himalayan Madeira Millets, which are actually, you know, a little easier on the palate as they're not that harsh. A little bit of pepperoncino just to add a little spike to the dish. Then we add our mushrooms just to, you know, cook them through, get some texture going in the dish. This is basically primarily for texture that we, you know, because risotto might become monotonous after some time. We're just like doing it. This is not primarily for that much flavor because we're hardly cooking them. But this is basically for, you know, get that bite into the risotto. So now that we've kind of cooked them a little, we add a little bit of wine, just to, you know, marry everything together. Once the wine is evaporated, we add a little bit of vegetable stock. We are just like onion garlic is basically primarily for astringents of a dish. You know, get some nice astringents going throughout. We add the millets then. Now you will see as we go on cooking the millets that they achieve almost like a risotto-like consistency without adding the cream or the cheese that we usually add for general risottos. You would ideally not season the dish now because you don't know how much of water is going to evaporate and how much creamy the dish is. So probably season it towards the end. You just want to like get the flavors going through. Then for the final thing, we add a little bit of mushroom paste. This is like brown onion and mushroom paste. Which is primarily the basic flavoring of the entire millet risotto. We generally add it towards the end because we just don't want to cook it even more because it's already quite brown. But like this is the primary flavor of the dish, that is a mushroom and a kale risotto. As you can see, it's getting the nice creamy texture that you'll probably expect out of a risotto, but there is actually no butter or no cream at all. At this point in time, we're going to add a little bit of kale, which is actually a very powerful antioxidant, and since this is a health menu that we're demonstrating, we want some, a little bit of greens going into it, because we just don't want the risotto to become too monotonous. Usually the only problem with risotto is because of its creamy texture, you tend to gets a little monotonous in a while. Now it's a good time to season the dish. A little salt, some cracked pepper, and the starch is like nicely well mixed with the water in the thing, and you can see it's like coming out very nicely. That is like the whole idea of the health menu is like it has to be tasty, otherwise if it's just healthy, people are not going to eat it. So on our health menu, we've actually made sure that our dishes are not just healthy, they're actually quite tasty. You can see the lovely gooiness apart, even though we've not added any butter, any cream at all. So now, although this has got some garnishes inside, we will want to give some more, different kind of texture, so that, so we're going to add a little bit of croutons. Garnish it with a little bit of rucola. Some cherry tomatoes and olives, and a little bit of herb crust on top, just like a dash. So here we have it, millet risotto with absolutely no butter or cheese.
Japanese mustard is more pungent than wasabi, so little is always good. I'm sure you'll, in case if it goes more, then you will have a dragon smoke coming out of your nostrils.
Nice kick of wasabi. Voila, the salad is ready.
Like they say, a good cook is that person who can taste, who knows the taste of the food also. It's not only cooking. Your green curry is ready.
We are making a spicy salmon roll today. Chef Yoshinaka is preparing.